Hi everyone, welcome back to DeFi Daily. Today we have the second episode about the liquidity war. If you missed it first, I will leave the link in the right corner here, so you will have the opportunity to go through it. Today we will start from the basis and we will start talking about Yearn Finance, how does it work and in which way this new, let's say, approach to the liquidity is literally changing the whole DeFi ecosystem. Remember that understanding this dynamic is crucial because it is only in this way that you can really being able to understand what's going on into the market right now and taking the best decisions also for your investments. Remember that following just the APY is something that in the long term is not a great strategy. What you need is being able to diversify your investments, and in order to do it, you have to build really some strong, some solid fundamentals of your knowledge. You need to really understand and be aware of what's going on into this market and why. And this is what I will try to explain you today. And as I told you, this is a series, so many other different episodes will come, so stay tuned. Guys, just before to start, remember that all the contents in this channel are just for educational purpose and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that's great, but do always your research first. Okay, let's jump immediately. And I want to start with a Pancakeswap, even if that's not the core of the topic. But it gives us the opportunity to understand what was the standard way to work before the whole liquidity war was started. And the traditional model was quite simple. For example, Pancakeswap, but as Pancakeswap, any other kind of protocol that is working into a similar way, in order to offer you the service that is being able to trade a token with another token, what is needed by Pancakeswap is liquidity, because without liquidity it would be impossible for Pancakeswap to, for example, perform an exchange like you are giving to the protocol BUSD and receiving on the other side BNB. So understood that it's crucial for Pancakeswap to attract this kind of liquidity. What Pancakeswap and all the other protocols are doing until a couple of months ago was just giving you the possibility to add liquidity to the protocol. In this case, you will find here the label liquidity. And in the moment when you are receiving the LP tokens, you will have the opportunity to go into a farming feature and deposit and stake your LP tokens. In this way, you would have the opportunity to start earning some APR. This APR is usually paid into the token of the platform. In this case, on Pancakeswap is paid into the cake token. As you can see here, this is the APR that is paid by the platform. The point what is that in this way, you are creating two major problems. First of all, you are creating inflation for the token of the platform. In this case, we are talking about cake, but the same applies to any kind of tokens and protocols. On the other side, you are attracting opportunity seekers, because as long as your APR, in this case between BUSD and BNB, is the highest into the industry, you will be able to attract the highest liquidity. But on the other side, when another protocol came out and is offering a highest APR, the liquidity will simply move from that protocol to another protocol. And this will create, obviously, some great problem for Pancakeswap or any other protocol that is using this kind of strategy. And obviously, Pancakeswap has his own strategies in order to, let's say, mitigate this kind of problem. I want to talk about Pancakeswap specifically, but I just use this example because Pancakeswap is a platform that you are using or you have used at least once in your life with any probability. But what I want you to understand is the mechanism. In order to incentivize people to add liquidity, they are paying with the token of the platform. But let's have a look to another example and how they solved this situation. For example, Abracadabra Money. Abracadabra Money has the same problem because in order to create value, in order to perform what is aiming to do, what is needed is liquidity in all the pairs with meme. Meme is the stablecoin that is minted through the Abracadabra Money platform. The point is that in order to create this kind of liquidity, the Abracadabra Money had two choices. First of all, just asking to the users, exactly as we were just looking with Pancakeswap, to deposit some liquidity between meme and, let's say, USDT or UST or any other kind of stablecoin. And incentivizing this kind of behavior, just paying with the spell token, that is the token of the Abracadabra Money. The problem is that in this way, the spell token will be decreasing in value because inflation will be much higher. And on the other side, in the moment when another platform were offering, let's say, another opportunity with the highest APR, the whole liquidity would have been at risk. So for this reason, it's quite easy to understand that this kind of system is unsustainable. And what they have done is just using another platform. So instead to asking to the people to add the liquidity to Abracadabra Money, they asked the people to add liquidity to Yearn Finance. For example, this is the pool with meme, DAI, USDC and USDT. So people are adding liquidity here and they will start earning some kind of rewards. The rewards for people that are depositing meme and liquidity to the pool that are involving meme are paid into the Curve token. So in this way, Abracadabra Money, it has not to pay the liquidity that users are adding to their own token. So it is saving a ton of money into rewards. So in this way, you are understanding that instead of just pushing people to add liquidity to Abracadabra Money, they are pushing people to add liquidity, the same liquidity, to Yearn Finance, because the value for Abracadabra Money is not just holding the liquidity between meme and some other pair. The value of Abracadabra is being able to deliver the system, which is the reason why people are deciding to use the platform. And in this case, the reason why people are using Abracadabra Money is because they are able to deposit an interest-bearing asset and at the same time borrowing against that asset, not to mention that they can even use some leverage on it. So this is the core value of Abracadabra Money, and this is what Abracadabra Money wanna be focused. So it's not important to them just having all the liquidity between meme and all the other pairs. This is something that if there is the opportunity to build it in a better way, they are more than welcome to give it to a third party. And this is exactly what happened with Yearn Finance. So the whole point is, okay, but in this way, the rewards that are paid in Yearn Finance are not paid into a token that is just an inflationary token. Yes, that's true, but the power of this idea is that they are creating, let's say, some scale economy that is allowing to the Curve token to acquire in value and to be a precious asset. And I will explain to you exactly why. Because we have understood that protocols are asking to the users to come to Yearn Finance to deposit their liquidity and start earning some reward. The point is, that reward that Yearn Finance is able to pay will be enough high, and this is the game and the reason why the whole liquidity war and the whole Curve war has started. Because you should know that there is a really interesting mechanism inside the governance of Curve, and this one. And in the moment when you have your Curve, in order to participate to the governance, what you have to do is come into this platform and lock your CRV, that is the token of Curve. In that moment, you will receive some voting escrow CRV, so some VCRV. That is the token that will allow you to participate to the governance. What is interesting is that the longer you are locking your tokens inside the platform, also higher would be your voting power. As you can see right now, the average lock time is something like 3.6 years. So in this way, you can also understand why the value of CRV is increasing during the time, because many tokens are just locked, even if we are talking about an inflationary token. But the reason why many people are locking their token inside the platform is because locking the token will give you the opportunity to decide how high should be the reward to each single asset. And as you can see here, you have all the different assets and the APY that is paid in Curve token. And as you can see right now, the two players that are really dominating the scene are Meme, and on the other side, Frax, that is another stable coin. So the most part of the rewards is going to these two assets. But what is even more interesting is that neither Abracadabra and neither Frax are the main holders of VCRV, because, for example, if we try to have a look here, I will leave also the link so you can have a look to this chart. As you can see, the main holder in reality is Convex Finance, and the second one is Yearn Finance. As you can see here, for example, the Yearn Finance is holding around the 5%, Convex is holding around 45%, and the rest is in the hands of other people. So even if most of the curve are not held by neither Frax and neither Meme, the most of the power is going to these two assets. And if you're wondering why, is because there is another layer that has been built into this system that is related to Votium and so on. I will not spoiler you anything today because I don't want to confuse your ideas. Today, what I really care is making clear that the transition from the traditional system that were what we have seen with Pancakeswap to the system that we have seen, for example, on Abracadabra Money, it is possible thanks to Curve, that is allowing people to deposit liquidity instead to going to the platform to deposit liquidity, and it is literally starting a war to the power, to the voting power inside the Curve platform, because higher is the power, higher is also the reward that you can allocate to your asset. Let's say that we are launching right now a new protocol, and we are saying, okay, I don't want to follow the traditional system because in this way I would have an inflationary token and my governance token will be quite not so much valuable. On the other side, I don't want to be at risk that people are just moving away their liquidity because the APR is slowing down. So what I want to do is go into Curve, but what I want also at the same time is that the APR that Curve is offering to people, to my users, so the users that are depositing the liquidity that I am interested in, would be higher. In order to do it, I have to control the voting power on Curve. Starting from the next episode, we will go through how the different strategies are in place in order to acquire more voting power. And the first topic that I will talk to you the next time, it will be about Yearn Finance and Convex Finance, that are the first two layers that has been built on top of Curve and are the second base in order to understand the whole liquidity world. Guys, let me know what do you think about this topic. Let me know if it's clear what I told you, and if you have still some doubt, just write me into the comment section below and I will be more than happy to listen from your doubts. And remember, if you like this kind of content, leave me a big thumbs up and drop a comment. This is the best way to sustain me and also to let me know that you are appreciating this kind of content. Guys, I will see you with the next video soon. Bye, guys.